you people where I can see you. You stay out of trouble. Big. Eli. Hello. It was playing ambience on YouTube. It's like a water, like a gentle, calming pond sound. Okay. Well, now that that's taken care of, I think we're good. Let me make absolutely certain that went away. I think we're good. Yeah. No more birds and burbling stream noises. Okay. Let's see here. Let's get to the news. I know I have some stuff tagged first up. Oh my goodness. Trump being hilarious. Peak Trump comedy. It does not get better than this. I was laughing my ass off at this. Could not contain myself.
And she gets up and they put a little tiny thing like this, little thing. And my wife, by the way, my wife hates when I do this. She said, you know, she's a very classy person, right? She said, it's so unpresidential. I said, but I did become president. You know, she hates when I dance. I said, everybody wants me to dance. Darling, it's not presidential. She actually said, could you imagine FDR dancing? She said that to me. And I said, there's a long history that perhaps she doesn't know. Because he was an elegant fellow, even as a Democrat, right? He was the attack by Japan, you know, he was quite elegant. But he wouldn't be doing this. But nor would too many others. But she says, darling, please, the weightlifting is terrible. And I have to say this, the dancing they really like. She said, they don't like it, they're just being nice to you. I said, that's not right. The place goes crazy. They're screaming, dance, please. But the weightlifting, but no, the girl gets up. And you see, I want to be more, but I have somebody watching. I want to be more effusive. I want to really, yeah. But she gets it, and drops the thing, walks off the stage crying. Her mother's crying, her father's crying. Guy gets up. He said, have you lifted before? A little bit. And he walks up, he could have gone ding, 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 ding. I think it was 112 pounds, right? It's crazy.
Okay. Sorry, working on that tea. I gotta get my caffeine. Yeah, freaking hilarious, dude. Okay. Lots of developments in the Brian Cole Jr. case today. Whole bunch. So I guess his defense filed earlier today, trying one last time to get them to release Mr. Cole. Stating their displeasure with the idea of dragging out the process for his detention hearing and preliminary hearings. But in fact, it turns out, I believe they are going to detain him because a federal indictment ended up coming through just like an hour ago There it is. DOJ obtains federal grand jury indictment of pipe bomb suspect Brian Cole Jr. with the same 2 charges that were in the original criminal complaint in December. So there we go. The Superior Court indictments that people made a whole big deal about ended up just being a temporary thing. Just like the U.S. Attorney's Office said. Just a temporary thing that they ended up doing to ensure that he remained in custody while they worked out the federal indictment. Okay. I think we might have some more from that in Steph's pile too. It apparently got kind of cuckoo in DC today. I was not at that J6 stuff. I was at a different J6 thing. You know, where sane people go, not people like Jake Lang. I did see that it got freaking ridiculous today. People fighting, people taking the bait. I did see at least that stupid, obnoxious, yelling Antifa hag got arrested. A lot of good that'll do in DC. All I did was shut her up for a couple hours, or they just let her right back out. Let's see some of the stuff from today here. I think what's her name was there? Yep.
Pretty abusive. What did it feel like to have to pay for the city?
Congressman confrontation with J6 pardoned detainees outside of the Capitol. Which one? Who orchestrated it?
And all these traitors have done to our country. Well, Virginia, God bless you.
God bless you.
What did it feel like the power of the American people surrounding you? We the people, our Constitution, our government, pushing against tyrants and treason traitors like
How do you feel about beating a police officer? How do you feel about tasing a police officer? How do you feel about committing crime?
Excuse me, sir? Like, how the fuck do you know this person did any of that?
Traitors.
How do you feel about the people? How do you feel
Never mind. It's Jake Lang. Okay, he did that.
about the people that were
Just kidding, Mr. Congressperson, sir. I don't know who that is. They're probably a total fucktard in real life. Pardon my French, but then again, so's Jake Lang.
Our election.
He's in a pod.
Right down into the city.
American people, while you're serving in Congress. Buying stock.
Of course, this is the entire fucking goal of this, is to get this footage, this madness, this insanity. People screeching at each other, scuffling, wrestling in the streets. That comes later. Punching, kicking women, by the way, like cat fight, full-blown cat fight. Anything that they can then take and twist and use and say, oh, look at how violent these J6 people are. Oh my goodness. Is this where the fight breaks out? Yeah.
Satan, we rebuke you, Satan, in the name of Christ. In the name of Christ, we rebuke you, Satan. We rebuke you, Satan. We rebuke you.
Oh boy.
You demon! You fucking demon! You evil fucking demon! Fuck you, demon! Fuck you, demon!
That's an assault.
Oh, you're kidding me. The Dems are out live on the steps giving a ritual for J6. Doing some oh my gosh, with candles and all. Are you shitting me? Let's see it.
Officers were heroes. Our DC police were heroes. Our law enforcement, who protected this building, protected lives, protected democracy, were our true heroes.
I'm going BRB.
them-
I'm going to go get that tea. Sorry to leave him playing.
Personified by
I
the
need my
Sitnick and Smith families, we say thank you. You are the great Americans here. You are the great Americans, not Trump and his minions. And it is just so disappointing, confounding, troubling that so many in Donald Trump's party now have fallen in line with what they know is a big lie about what happened that day. Whether it's fear, whether it's viciousness, whether it's to seek low political advantage, almost all of them seem to go along with the big lie. And every time they do, they weaken structure and the party of this country and the beauty of this country. So, while Donald Trump pardons insurrectionists and lets those who attack our police officers walk free, we stand here with our first responders. We will make sure that your sacrifices this day are never forgotten, nor will we ever forget the lives of those we lost in the connection with the attack. We pray for all our deceased responders, our first responders, and our families. And in conclusion, let us remember the attack of January 6th is not over.
What was that?
It lives on
What
in
the
the
shit was
threats.
that?
And in conclusion, in the connect, we will make
I
sure
didn't go
that
ding
your
dong.
sacrifices this day are never forgotten, nor will we ever forget the lives of those we lost in the connection with the attack.
What was the ding dong sound?
We pray for all our deceased responders, our first responders, and our families. And in conclusion, let us remember the attack of January 6th is not over. It lives on in the threats to our election workers. It lives on through those who want to take away our right to vote, who want to legalize voter discrimination. We must never stop fighting for this beautiful democracy, which January 6th showed us is more fragile than we
Indeed,
ever
so
imagined.
fragile.
Donald Trump's big lie is powerful, but the roots of our democracy and our desire to make sure the truth remains the truth are even stronger. The perseverance of the American people is greater. So God bless our first responders. God bless America, this great arsenal of democracy. Leader Jeffries.
What? Oh no, we get Timu Obama.
Good evening. Thank you, Leader Schumer, Speaker Emerita Pelosi, to the Sicknick and Smith family.
Oh, the Sicknicks. Oh, how touching.
And to all of my colleagues who are present. Today we gather here on the steps of the United States Congress, the citadel of our democracy, to commemorate the solemn 5-year anniversary of the violent insurrection incited by Donald Trump to overturn the results of a free and fair election. On that fateful day,
Oh, careful there. Your voice is cracking, loser.
hundreds of brave, courageous,
On
and
that
dedicated
fateful day.
Capitol Police and DC officers stood on these very steps and across the Capitol grounds to defend the Congress, the country, and the Constitution. They were outnumbered by a violent mob, but never overwhelmed by the seriousness of the moment.
Do you have to pause like every 2 words to look down?
For more than 5 hours, they were forced to engage in hand-to-hand combat.
Well, that was a long one. Good job, buddy.
Confronting thousands of bloodthirsty rioters who were unleashed by Donald Trump. They were beaten with pipes, whipped, assaulted by bear spray, and pummeled
I think it was mostly the cops.
by Confederate flagpoles. They were bloodied, but unbowed. We owe
Bloodied, but what? But unbound?
these heroes an eternal debt of gratitude.
Wow. Aren't you a fucking poet?
And will never forget their service
Yeah, ChatGPT write this shit.
and their sacrifice. Had it not been for their bravery on that fateful day, many of us would not be alive right now, standing on these Capitol steps, continuing to serve our nation. And I have a simple message for the violent mob of insurrectionists. Donald Trump may have pardoned your crimes, but only God can pardon your sin.
What the fucking heck?
James Baldwin once
Okay,
made
preacher Hakeem.
the observation that history is not merely something to be read, and it does not refer merely or even principally to the past. On the contrary, the great force of history comes from the fact that we carry it within us, are unconsciously controlled by it, and history is literally present in all that we do. It is to history
Wow, narcissist much?
that we owe our frames of reference, our identities, and our aspirations. We gather here today because we are still living the history of January 6th, and we will never allow it to be whitewashed.
Oh, excellent word choice there.
We thank the heroes of January 6th. We remember those whose lives were lost, aspire to be a better nation, and make clear to the election deniers that we will never allow a violent insurrection to take place on American soil again. Today, we are joined by the families of officers Brian Sicknick and Jeffrey Smith. Gladys, Ken, and Aaron, thank you so much for your presence here today and for your continued strength and patriotism. We'll now ask everyone to join us in a moment of silence.
Please hold up your battery-powered candles. Everyone, please hold up your battery-powered candles.
To remember
Lift them to the sky and don't let your light die.
those whose lives were lost
And if it does, well, I hope you have a battery charger with you.
as a result of the tragic and horrific events of January 6, 2021.
Okay. Who all we got here? Anyone see any standouts? Any surprises here? Oh, there's the ramen head. Ramen lady. Debbie Wasta Ramen Schultz.
May God bless those whose lives have been lost.
Pelosi over there.
families, Capitol Police, members of law enforcement, and may God continue to bless the United States of America. Thank you.
You got a little sweat on your upper lip there, buddy. Or was that something else? I mean, I'm not judging, just pointing it out. Okay. Well, that happened. Let's see what else happened. Meanwhile, at the circus. Well, one of the other tents in the circus, I should say. There were multiple tents, it seems.
Secret Service has opened up the ellipse. We're going back. That's where we're permitted, so we need to go to that location.
Interesting. Quite a few of them.
Americans
Oh boy, here he frickin' goes.
spend thousands of days behind bars.
Oh, nice fingers. Throw up that sign a few times just for good measure.
And our government, the U.S. Department
That's the devil sign on everyone. There you go.
of Justice, owes the American people, every one of our families that were
Shake it all over them.
terrorized,
Make the demon sign all over everyone.
restitution. This is a statement. They need to make a statement showing that the American people will not be robbed and taken and kidnapped from our homes, persecuted through a two-tier justice system without the American people having to pay the price. We paid the price for our country, the restitution for years of solitary confinement, the bringing to the justice of the murderers of January 6th, Michael Byrd.
Boy, what a change from the other day. Yeah, I'm definitely going to bring up the White House website on J6 for sure. Don't you worry. I'm sorry, I have to point it out, but if you believe this fucking charlatan, after all the garbage he has pulled, even just within like the last 2 days, God help you. I love you. I love you all the same. I do, but like, God help you. Come on, snap out of it. Who's this one?
And justice needs to be served.
Trying to see if I know her.
We need to see Michael Byrd and Lila Morris in handcuffs. They need to sit in the DC jail. They need to be assaulted. They need to not see their families
Whoa.
for 2 years.
That's right.
They need to lose their homes because these individuals did for nothing, for merely nothing.
That's right.
And Congress, our do-nothing Congress, don't get me wrong, I'm very thankful to President Trump and his administration, but there is a lot of work that needs to be done.
Right.
Not one arrest has happened in the last 12 months. None.
Slow walk.
The deep state is still alive and well. And you know what's going to happen? It's going to be the American people that take our country back. It's not going to be these individuals sitting in these buildings around us.
That's right.
Because the Democrats, they're evil. And I have to tell you, this is a battle. This is a war of good versus evil. Nothing that you and I can even see right now. And some of our Republicans, remember that Lucifer sat with Jesus. Some of the Republicans are doing the same thing right now, slow walking everything. So it is going to take each and every one of us. Don't wait on your representatives. Don't wait on President Trump. Don't wait on his administration. Do your part. Walk with these individuals because they are
And I don't want to arrest, except, I don't know, Nicolas Maduro. But hey, it's a small potato, a small fry. Of course, it remains to be seen where that will go. I will grant that. But considering where he hails from, it could definitely get interesting regarding the 2020 election. So I wouldn't count it out just yet. Any more from her here from today? Let's see. There's Enrique.
Every time one of us got our house raided, our doors turned into toothpicks. You guys plastered it all over the place and decided not to tell the truth. Again, I'm not talking about all of you guys. You guys said that we killed police officers.
Media.
Come on. Retribution also comes for you.
That's right.
I want the judges, the prosecutors.
That's right. Come on.
The FBI agents, Special Agent Nicole Miller.
Yeah, that's right.
The DOJ still employs the head of the Capitol Siege Division, and her name is Jocelyn Ballantyne.
That's right.
Her name.
That also happens to be the lady in charge of the pipe bomber case. She's the prosecutor in the pipe bomber case.
Name's Jocelyn Ballantyne. And you know what case she's on? One of the biggest cases that actually
he's about to mention it, I think.
Come from J6. And that's the pipe bomber case.
Yep. Got to see her up close and in person.
And the head FBI agent in charge was that
she didn't do much of anything. She just kind of sat there and let her underlings do the talking, do the work.
The head FBI agent in charge, Special Agent Panic, ran our case too. Does that case have a judge? Yeah. Retribution, because that's what you guys are going to print. You're going to be like, oh, he calls for retribution.
It does indeed have a judge. His name is you have to give me a second. Schomburg or something or other. Sharbaugh, Judge Sharbaugh. I think what he was going for there was, is there a judge that was mixed up in January 6th involved in the case? Not directly, but indirectly, yeah, there is. Boasberg, a ruling from none other than Judge Boasberg, was playing into things with the Superior Court grand jury ordeal, which is now over as of an hour or so ago, since they subsequently got the federal indictment. Well, I know we got a lot to get to, so we'll keep going. Does he have any more on that? Let's see.
We're not going to their houses.
That's right.
Okay. Protesters. Okay, so there you go. That's DC for you. The wackadoo that spends all of her time. I don't even know how her vocal cords handle it, but she can apparently screech like a banshee 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, nonstop. Yeah, that's the lady that got in the fight. Forget her name. But here she is, already back out.
Losers! You can try to assault me, but you will never break my spirit, motherfucker!
That voice is horrifying.
Yeah, you did, motherfuckers. You fucking tore my shirt with fucking inbred animals.
Swipe over there.
We love Patricia! You need Jesus! I am free! You need Jesus! And you will never, ever be free!
Again, I called this a circus earlier. Clearly was not far off. Like,
Swipe over there.
What is even happening here?
We love Patricia! You need Jesus!
Oh, it's that guy. Yeah, I've seen him before.
I am free! You need Jesus! And you will never, ever be free! You need Jesus!
Yeah. by the monument.
USA! 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 Ashley Babbitt! Ashley Babbitt! Ashley Babbitt! Ashley Fuck you, Nazis! Fuck you, Nazis!
Your wife's boyfriend voted for Trump. Your wife's boyfriend voted for Trump, dude.
Ashley Babbitt! Ashley!
That's great. Good on you, man. Way to go. Whoever you are in the white suit. Counter protesters chanting traitors. For goodness sake, come on. This is what they wanted. The courthouse right there.
Move that way.
Right up there. We're literally like right around the corner from the circuit court. That's it. Next building over anyway. Yep. My goodness.
Satan! We rebuke you, Satan, in the name of Christ! In the name of Christ, we rebuke you, Satan! We rebuke you!
That's the fight again being reposted.
USA!
Hey, what's your problem? USA! What's going to do?
Ashley Babbitt! Ashley Babbitt! Ashley Babbitt! Ashley Babbitt! Ashley Babbitt!
Someone holding up their pardon there. Nice.
Ashley!
Who's that? Can't make that out.
Ashley Babbitt! Ashley Babbitt! Ashley Babbitt! Ashley Babbitt!
What on earth?
Ashley Babbitt! Ashley Babbitt!
Crazy.
The rest of the press. Right here. Right here within the yellow line. Hey, right?
That's that lady who spoke earlier.
Hey, one. Single photographer.
Yes,
All right, the rest of the press.
That's Ashley Babbitt's mom, I think. Looks like her.
Right here.
I'm wondering if the younger lady there is another relative or something.
Stay right there. Stay right there. Hold. Hold. Just hold right there. I don't care. Just hold right there. Hold right there. No.
Get on the grass, on the sidewalk.
Interesting. They got behind the.
Labrador. Motherfucker! Go. You motherfucker! Labrador. Motherfucker!
Trump, take it easy, motherfucker. That seems like a rather like just kind of like She has something with a little more oomph than take it easy. Like, what?
Motherfucker! Motherfucker!
Go to the sidewalk. Come on.
Take it easy, motherfucker.
Bullshit!
Not like stop or else or something. Stop or else, motherfucker. Take it easy.
Right here. On the sidewalk, Labrador.
I don't want to be arrested. Let's go. Labrador, come on.
Sign!
Go.
You don't have a permit.
A shame. A shame.
What of the problem? Go
I could not make that out, sir.
my sign!
One more time. One more time. This time in English.
Sign!
Go.
You don't have a permit.
What of the problem?
What about Blowly
On my sign!
I'm trying to tell you.
on my sign?
You're yelling at me. You don't have a permit.
What is the problem? On my sign!
What are the plowmet on my? What about the plowmet on my sign?
Labrador. Come on, let's go. Let's go. What's wrong? Come on, we know you. Come on. What's going on?
That was a hit home.
I did not see a plowmet on the sign. Unfortunately for him. Congressman confrontation, we saw orchestrated bullshit. Of course, Mr. Lang happens to be front and center. You know, it's just so ridiculous. I have to play it again.
What did it feel like them to pay for the city? You and all these
Beating a police officer. How do you feel about tasing a police officer? How do you feel about committing crime? How do you feel about the people? How do you feel about the people that were part of committing more crimes?
And look at all those frickin' cameras. Just right there.
To the city.
American people!
While you're serving in Congress. Buying stock.
It's almost like that's the entire reason that Jake Lang exists.
Serve yourself!
You know, something actually struck me the other day about him. Let me see if I can find it.
I disagree with a lot of what you say.
Because you're some of it. I'm a proud white man.
Because I focus
You know what this reminds me of?
on actions,
I focus on actions.
He's just like politically correct. You're politically correct.
No, you're weak.
Say you're proud. Of
Anyone know? Anyone feeling it, seeing it, like the vibe yet?
Let's go.
It was big during the 90s. Took place in a big arena.
Ivan's proud of being white. He just wants to keep his job. All right.
It's pro wrestling for people in their 50s that grew up a little bit, kind of, and got into politics. It's pro wrestling. It's WWF. Bingo.
Hey, I don't have a job.
Ivan.
Maybe you have a job. Maybe you chose this location because you're about a block away from your employer, right?
Who's my employer?
FBI.
Charlatan. Paid actor. This one, highly sketch. No idea what the fuck his deal is. But this one,
Washington field office.
Oh, yeah.
he's the heel.
We'll get there yet. My God, we'll have our home. Oh, we'll have our home again.
Oh, come on.
My God, we'll have our home. But blood or sweat, we'll get there yet. My God, we'll have our home.
right, take 3.
And fuck Joe Biden.
Fuck that. That's it. We're done.
We'll get
Okay, that's it there. Down we go here. No idea what else I missed today, so I was busy. I was in the city, so. Looks like Trump spoke. All right. We'll get some highlights from that. That must be where that one clip came from. Freaking hilarious. Any more Maduro developments, maybe? Okay. Golly, we're definitely not going to get through all this. Mark Kelly. Oh, boy. All right, there's the bottom of the pile. I don't think we have any hope of making it through that, so do our level best. John Bolton being brought on as CNN's source on the Venezuelan conflict.
Thank you for being here, because you've actually told.
Thank you, John Bolton, for being here. Also, thank you, John Bolton's mustache, for also being here.
Me on Saturday night when we were speaking about this, that one of the most stunning things.
It's 4 minutes long. It's going to be typical neocon slop, so we'll skip it. Jon Stewart calls out Mark Kelly's hypocrisy. Oh. It's in telling the military to disobey the orders from Trump, but not from Obama.
Not complicated. If a reasonable person would think that this thing that they are asking me to do is illegal, you have an obligation. It's not an option. You have an obligation not to follow those orders.
So are the boat strikes illegal?
Well, so I've been asking this question for a long time. I'm on the Armed Services and the Intelligence Committee.
Right.
They have some complicated legal rationale, 40 pages of why these are legal. It's questionable at best. And by the way,
that's my...
At first it was fentanyl, then it was cocaine, then it was about regime change, then it was about oil.
I understand.
So,
but what do you see my point? You yourself
I totally
are saying,
see your
like,
point.
I don't.
But
I don't know.
Our point is to members of the military who don't get reminded of this often. When something is clearly unlawful, you have an obligation not to follow those orders. It's a pretty simple thing, and we've seen in our history multiple times when even under those circumstances, members of the military have done stuff that was clearly over the line. We did not want that to happen.
Under the Obama administration, they did extrajudicial killings of an American citizen through drone strikes. Like, we criticize that.
And where were you? Where were you, Mark Kelly?
That's my point. Is there's enough gray area.
Nowhere. Crying about being demoted. It's lucky that's all that happened to him. Okay. Klobuchar expected to run for governor of Minnesota.
In Minnesota.
Oh, here's that time she stood in a blizzard to lecture us about the importance of Somalians.
We have the biggest...
Or Somalis. Sorry, it's Somalis, right? Not Somalians. Somalis. I don't give a shit, whatever.
Somali population in the country. And we are proud of that community. A few years ago, at the height of the angry rhetoric, a Somali American family of 4 went out to dinner right here in Minnesota. This guy walked by, he looked down at them and said, "You 4 go home. You go home to where you came from." And the little girl looked up at her mom. And
I'll take things that never happened for 500, Mr. Trebek.
She said, "Mom, I don't want to go home. You said we could eat out for dinner tonight. I don't want to eat dinner at home." You think of the innocent words of that little girl. She only knows one home, and that's our state. She only knows one home, and that's the United States of America.
They have no shame, man. You just make shit up wholesale. No matter how obvious it is. Norm Eisen, no doubt working with his longtime friend Barry Pollock, who's Maduro's attorney. No way. That's interesting. That is really interesting. Norm uses proxies to do his dirty work. Oh, yeah. Like he did with the fake electors cases, including Fannie Willis. Trump pulled Norm's security clearance. Someone needs to make sure that that is the case. And if so, that Norm is not receiving classified info. Even if it's been pulled, I guarantee he's being, it's being given to him under the table by his friends. Norm does not care about Maduro, cares about defeating Trump. Oh, yeah. Should have been indicted months ago. Indeed. Bongino. Oh, is he out? Was that yesterday? He was officially out, I think. Yep, okay. So he posted here yesterday. Good to see you all. I missed you. Thanks for everything while we worked on cleaning up. Working in the administration was the experience of a lifetime. I'll have some announcements coming up, but I'm taking a couple of days to spend with the family. A couple of things. Thank you for your interest in the show and its return date. We will have something for you soon. The Trump team is not kidding around. It's an otherworldly experience from the other side. He's determined and focused. That ought to be pretty clear by now. And having been around quite a few presidents, this one broke the mold. If we blocked you, it's because we care so little about your bullshit that we deem it not worthy of even seeing. All right. And if you're bitching and whining about it, that means you can't exist without seeing and commenting on ours. You'll need to get over that. We do it because there's nothing black pillars and anti-Trumpers want more than to create division and drama. We're about results, and we'll talk about some of it soon. Big week ahead, huh? We'll see. Very, very soon. The data shows that since 2022, 85 of the 98 people charged with fraud in Minnesota were Somali. Who knows the actual number of fraudsters or the proper amount of money that was actually defrauded? Over $9 billion so far has been discovered.
That though, you guys, and says, I could have won if I would have just ran, but says he just wants to focus on right now. So the developments come as the Justice Department signals more indictments are coming. Nearly 100 people have been charged with felony fraud-related crimes just since 2022, and nearly every single one is Somali. So when people ask, why are you talking about the Somali community? They're being targeted. It's just the numbers. It's just the facts there. And at least $9 billion in fraud in this state and counting. Back out here live, we talk about that though, you guys, and says, I could have won if I would.
Nick Shirley interview exposes Somalians go block to block ballot harvesting in Minnesota. Oh yeah, they got all fraud down pat. The amount that has been uncovered in this is like drop in the frickin' bucket.
Here, and it's way beyond anybody's imagination, the total amount. The state doesn't even know. The feds don't even know.
Yep. And so, for instance, why would that judge bow down to the head of the Somali mafia here?
What I can tell you is that it's a voting block, and what they say is if you do something to go against our community, we're going to vote for, and they all vote together, and there's ballot harvesting, I've seen them do it, that we're going to vote for your opponent unless you do what we tell you to do.
And so is it all purely for votes?
Yes.
And so this building right here, Cedar Riverside, major, massive apartment complex. How many Somalians do you think live in there, for instance?
Well, this is just one complex. You've got 20 more just like this around the Twin Cities, and they're all Somali. You're talking probably 100,000 or more people, and they're all living rent-free. They're driving a vehicle that you paid for. They're eating food that you paid for. Everything they do is something you paid for.
And for instance,
and the worst, possibly worst part of it all is that they get caught and they just keep doing it. They don't get thrown out of the country or anything. They at most get a slap on the wrist, and go right back to doing what they were doing. I know because I've already uncovered some. I've already in my own area. I've seen it already.
That entire block will then go and vote for.
And I got to find some time to work on something about what I've uncovered, because it's ridiculous. It's nuts.
One specific candidate.
They'll have one person go there and collect all the ballots, and nobody tracks. They could say they have 9 people living in an apartment. They're going to send them 9 ballots. And then they have someone who comes along, collects all the ballots. And
wow. Minnesota AG Keith Ellison could be next after reportedly being on audio talking to fraudsters confirming the cover-up. Get out. What?
I think he's got a real problem
Where is this coming from? What?
because he might have been the first shoe to fall, but there's more coming. Because Keith Ellison, who is the Attorney General of Minnesota, former congressman who is a member of Democratic leadership, he is on audio, leaked audio, talking to these people, telling that he will cover up the investigations, telling that they'll tell the investigators to back off. So this resignation or decision not to
Where did this come from?
run, not a resignation, but the decision not to run is not the end of the story. The fraud story doesn't end there. To me, it's really just beginning. And thankfully, there's a very good prosecutor in the state that is relentless. So hopefully they'll get it cleaned up.
Well, I want to know more, darn it. Oh, well. Miller says Trump has reversed the injustice of our adversaries, exploiting the oil infrastructure in Venezuela that, yeah, we built. We built that. We built it. And they've been exploiting it for years after we lost it because, people suck. Same shit as Panama.
In the world, just hours away from the United States of America, the largest proven oil reserve in the world. And up until recently, that oil reserve was exploited by our adversaries.
So, for all the people out there whining about how it's all about oil, fuck yeah, it is. So what?
To fund their ambitions, to fund their militaries, to fund their terrorism. And the United States, of course, lost its resources, its wealth, its property. As you pointed out, we discovered the oil, we created the technology to extract the oil, we invested in the platforms, and we built the refineries to process that heavy crude in a way that, again, only America has that expertise that we shared. And so that historic injustice has been reversed. And just as importantly,
of course, in reality, I think it's probably about a little more than the oil, but the oil is definitely a big part. It will be a big boon for us.
Have the ability to use Venezuela to export terrorism around the globe.
Yep.
Then the Maduro regime no longer has the ability to send terrorists, cartels, gang members, and drugs into our country, saving ultimately, Sean, hundreds of thousands of American lives through what we can all agree has been a military masterclass under President Trump's leadership.
No doubt. Oh yeah, I saw this one. You got to be shitting me, dude. Capitol Police Officer Michael Byrd, who shot unarmed Ashley Babbitt on January 6th, reportedly has a taxpayer-funded daycare in his home run by his wife. Taxpayer-funded. Let's see if we can look it up. Let's see it on here, but they may not include daycares on here. This is full name. And It's his wife's name. I don't know that that's known. I don't see it. Let's see if we can find any info about it. Birds. Here it is on Kerlulu. Yep. Let me see if we can find any state websites. There we go. Brandywine. Brandywine. Wonder if that's it. Cedar Haven Court. Give us an address here. This is all I've been doing for days now. I'm gonna have to add this one to the list of places to check out. There's Kaleska Bird again. Kaleska Bird, Brandywine, Maryland. I'm guessing they're not going to show an address here. Oh, looks like it's gone. They took the page down. Don't worry, we're going to pull it up. No, we need... Oh, come on now. Oh, weird. It's like the link is borked. Huh. That's right. I got to pull it this way. Hold on. Dang. I hope someone archived their little page there. I'll bet you this is the same one, though. I'll have to see if I can confirm whether or not Kaleska is his wife. Well, can we pull the link here? Hold on. There it is. There it is. Ooh, come on. All right, now we try the archive. Let's give that a go. Let's see if we can actually pull this. Oh, yeah. Oh, come on. Boo. Oh, well. I tried. I gave him my best. Gave him my all. There it is, Kaleska Bird. It is indeed her. Let's see if she happens to be on the NPI registry. Nope. So she's in PG County. That's not this is not terribly far from me. Might just go check this out. Of course, I don't know. I might get shot. Not surprised by that at all. This is so common around here in the black community, whether fresh off the boat or not. The fraud is just like it's rampant. It is like it's really bad. Really freaking bad. Has been for a long time. It's so bad, in fact. They write papers about this shit. Like the government studies it. Not kidding you. Some of the stuff I came across in my travels over the last couple of days. Yep. They study the fact that fraud is so disproportionate in certain communities. DOJ says it's finished reviewing less than 1% of the Epstein files for potential release. Dear Lord. Trump saying U.S. markets just hit another all-time high, all of them. Thank you, Mr. Tariff. Pray the U.S. Supreme Court allows our country to continue. Indeed. It'd be a bad thing if that got gummed up. Somalian refugee named Iman Osman will be sworn in on the Lewiston, Maine City Council, even though he's under investigation for fraud and lied about his address to run for the seat. He's also charged for theft of a firearm, and his old address was apparently turned up in a drug raid. Oh. He's being charged with 1 count of receiving stolen property and 1 count of theft by unauthorized taking of a firearm. Attorneys tell us that Osmond still plans to serve on the city council, and all of his people won't give a shit. They'll be more than fine with it. Osmond is also under legal scrutiny about his legal address, but that building was condemned back in 2024 due to a drug raid.
They're talking about Iman Osman.
Well, she's just going to go everything I just read, so whatever.
The arrogance, the sense of entitlement was almost comical in the courtroom yesterday.
Maduro.
And the law doesn't care about your lofty title. He's got a fine lawyer in Barry Pollock. He will challenge Maduro's capture, his arrest, his status. He'll claim a terrible violation of due process and international law, whatever that means. And they'll argue that the U.S. has no jurisdiction to prosecute him. They'll assert, head of state immunity. None of that's probably going to work because, we've seen this movie before, Lawrence. Noriega tried the same thing and failed miserably. And the Supreme Court has said, we don't care who you are or how you got into our courtroom. We treat paupers and potentates alike.
Okay. Arraignments are usually quick and procedural. Excuse me. But on Monday, Maduro's arraignment and that of his wife, Celia Flores, was different, as you might imagine. Oh, here, back to fraud. Not just Minnesota. Jury selection begins today in a Mississippi fraud trial nearly 6 years after the $77 million scandal erupted. Yep.
It is Mississippi's largest ever public embezzlement scandal. $77 million in federal funds meant for child poverty reduction programs, employment assistance, and child care services. But the money was allegedly spent on homes and cars, luxury drug rehab, and on sham nonprofits. Former professional wrestler Ted DiBiase Jr. is due in court today, federally charged in the scheme with conspiracy, wire fraud, theft.
See, white people are doing it.
Theft of government funds and money laundering. DiBiase Jr.
Somalis are just a drop in the bucket, man.
Jr. is accused of embezzling nearly
They're an especially bad one, and it is like rampant in their community, so-called. But everybody's doing this.
$4 million in welfare funds in 2020 through fraudulent contracts. At least 7 people in total have pleaded guilty in the scandal, including DiBiase's brother and Mississippi's former Department of Human Services director. The state's Republican auditor, who's been looking at this for years, warned in 2023 about how perpetrators got away with it. Watch.
Our Department of Human Services is not monitoring its sub-grantees, its nonprofits, to ensure that the dollars are reaching needy folks. The head of the agency did not want them monitored because he was handing large amounts of funds to the nonprofits, and then he and the nonprofit executives were discussing ways to spend those dollars in violation of the law and in violation of TANF regs. Monitoring needs to be taken seriously, and it was not in the state of Mississippi.
DiBiase Jr. has pleaded not guilty. The trial expected.
Trump earlier today, soon leaving the White House to speak to House Republicans who I truly love. At the Trump Kennedy Center. Wonder what for. Wait until you see it a year from now. Like our country itself, it will rise from the ashes. House formally returns to begin the second session of the 119th Congress today. Oh, thank you, Marcia. White House making an announcement at 6 p.m. That is obviously overdue. So, that's just the Lo-Fi Beats channel. Yep, I don't know. I will keep my eye out for it. Excuse me. 90% of small businesses fail, yet the Samara Adult Daycare still has their lights on without having one customer. Somehow. Or sorry, Salama? Is it Salama or Samara? One of the two. Online, they say that they provide care and support services for adults in need of supervision and assistance during the day. The center offers a safe and welcoming environment where individuals can engage in various activities and socialize with others. With a focus on promoting independence and well-being, Salama Adult Daycare claims to enhance the quality of life for its participants. Oh, yeah, right. What participants? They exist only on paper. Close at 3 p.m. Yet she said she was waiting for the seniors to arrive at 2:30. For the final 30-minute rush. For what, a whopping 30 minutes of daycare?
Adult daycare.
People who 2:20 is finished. Them. Why you
every fucking time, man.
Take it?
I'm sorry?
Why you take it picture? What?
Do I even need to say anything?
So it seems like they're up and operating today.
Huh?
Disgusting.
2:30, Klein all right now is gone.
That's good.
Only me three, still I'm waiting, driver.
Oh, for the driver?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes, I'm waiting, driver.
What kind of things do you guys do with the seniors?
Yeah.
Because, like, I have grandparents as well, and I want to know how I can keep them happy and occupied.
Yes, everything.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of that accent, that voice.
So what
Hearing
kind of...
it everywhere. I'm so sick of it.
In the morning, breakfast, fruities, everything.
Fruitis? Fruitis. You feed the seniors fruitis in the morning?
I'm eating.
Really?
All people.
Fruitises? You feed them fruitises.
Second is lunch.
Wow.
Do you feed them fruitis for that too?
Everybody lunch, if you want it, you take it home.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And what kind of games do you guys play? Or
A lot of game.
Really?
Is their game. Chess.
Jess. They play Jess.
A lot of name.
Yeah.
But I don't speak good
She doesn't know the games, but they play them.
Oh,
She doesn't speak good English.
So
Wow, I couldn't tell, man. You could have fooled me.
your clients probably speak Somalian.
What? Oh, hold on.
Yeah. It doesn't really seem like anybody in there speaks English. She was not happy at me for recording, but now she seems happy that she got to clarify that they give them breakfast and lunch. They are feeding
All right,
the
so let's
past.
look this place up. Let's check it out. Can I give me the sign? I want to see what is the actual name of this shithole. Oh my God, look at that door sign. Missing multiple letters, missing the actual hours. Is there a name on that little dingus?
Not.
Oh, come on. Give me that name. Adult daycare.
Not.
That just doesn't have any actual name on it. It just says adult daycare. All right, where is this place? I want to look this up. We'll show you guys how to do this. Do we have an address we can pull on there? This is in Minneapolis. Okay. I think it's Salama. There it is. That's got to be it. Yep. Okay. Back to our NPI. Interesting. No Salama found. How about this? They like to misspell stuff. Salama Adult Care, Edina, Minnesota. Ramsey, Minnesota. Both home care. The other thing I'm starting to get a sense of is the multi-state nature of this. I've already stumbled across several that have been doing this in multiple states and still are, like them and all of their family members. Salama Adult Care. LLC. Yeah, there they are. They're on the Minnesota website. Yeah, this is them. Bloomington. This is definitely them. Yep. Salama Adult Care LLC. Hey, there they are. So it is the Adina one. Look at that. Okay, there we go. That's what I wanted. Mohammed Bidare. Let's do a little search here. Just try it with just the last name. You'd be amazed what you can turn up. Just randomly searching for last names. Jeez. Ooh, wee. What is this one? 227 million? Is this? Which one? See, here you go. There's a great example of the stuff you stumble across. That's from May. An Illinois man and a foreign national arrested yesterday on criminal charges related to their alleged submission of more than $227 million in fraudulent claims to Medicare. So, well, now that we've stumbled across this, let's use them as an example. We'll start digging on their names. Let's try their NPS first. Tablazada. So what did they do? Just test kits. All right. I bet you they'll be all up in Medicaid then. Come on. No Tablazada. Let's just try Tablazada fraud. Oh, opioids too, and crypto. Jeez. Yeah, so the reason I'm doing all this is because I've already stumbled across a couple cases in which you look at the names involved and you search for them, and you end up turning up the names of family members, and you search for those family members on NPI, and you find that they're all in the healthcare industry, all of them. I stumbled across this one family, literally like a dozen different people, all engaged in the home healthcare industry or nursing. A lot of crossover, I'm sure. And multiple of those individuals had been charged for massive fraud, charged and convicted, and somehow still had active NPI registries. Their family members were still actively working in the healthcare industries. None of them had been deported. Crazy. This one gives alternate names. So I guess this case has recently increased to $293 million. It's up from 227. This is one of the more recent updates in December. Prosecutors unveiled a superseding indictment for allegedly orchestrating a $293 million COVID-19 testing fraud scheme They targeted Medicare, Medicaid, and private insurers. Here we go. Here's some more names. Firaz. What's the name of their company? What is the business that they were operating under here? All right. Well, we're going to cheat and we're going to use Gemini. Excellent for this. Fantastic. So we want to know about all the names involved. And the companies under which they. All right. This will usually get you a whole bunch of fresh things to dig on. It does a ridiculously good job. Okay. Wow, the specific $293 million figure you cited refers to the amount actually paid out by the federal government from roughly $900 million in fraudulent claims submitted by the ring. So that $293 million, again, is only the amount the government actually paid out. They were in the process of trying to get another $600 million, damn near $1 billion. I haven't really heard anything about this one yet, unless I missed it. I mean, everyone seems focused on like Minnesota, but this is nuts. This is nuts. Look at that. So anyway, here's a nice list of names, all the front companies they used. So look at this. It does such a fantastic job of getting you pertinent info. Former CFO and COO of Loretto Hospital, a safety net hospital in Chicago, allegedly stole patient records to fuel the fraud, to like make paper patients, I guess, to bill stuff for. Has reportedly fled to Dubai. Brothers from Naperville, Illinois, controlled a network of clinical labs used to submit the false claims. I highly recommend, by the way, in case it isn't obvious, doing this in your own area. Like, make use of Gemini. I know it's Google, Gag, or Grok, one or the other. I've personally had a lot more luck with Gemini's, where is it? Deep research. Do a deep research. So we'll just do Illinois for an example since we're on it. Into large scale Medicaid fraud rings operating in Illinois. How did I do this for other ones? I had a pretty solid prompt down for this. Let me see if I can pull it from this. Oh. Yeah, here we go. All right, in the Illinois area that aligns with Somali fraud scandal going on in Minnesota and Columbus. Signs in the data. Okay, there we go. Tools, deep research. Make sure I replaced all the DCs in here. Yes. All right. So just come up with something asking for a thorough report and use that deep research feature there into fraud in your local area. You'll be like astounded at what turns up. You will be shocked. I certainly was. Like, I had no idea this shit was going on all around me, like within just a few miles. All right, put the research plan together. Very good. Start research. It'll take 5 minutes or so. See what it's doing. I gotta pull up my chats too. All right. Jeez, it's crazy. Look at that. These are all the websites it's pulling. Bunch of state websites, government, federal websites. It's researching DOJ for interesting cases. Boy, oh boy. Yep, there's going to be a bunch. I can already tell. It's going to be bad. Oh, God. All right, we're going to come back to that in a minute. We'll see how it's going. Trump admin has begun a massive deployment of hundreds of DHS agents to the Twin Cities, Minneapolis area as it escalates its federal crackdown amid a widening fraud scandal in Minnesota. Yes.
I'm in Minneapolis right now, where the Department of Homeland Security has launched a massive operation with over 2,000 agents from ICE, Immigration Enforcement, as well as HSI, Homeland Security Investigations. That's the investigative arm of the department. And we have started to see ICE agents descend upon the city. You can really feel the tension in places here where I am right now, Little Mogadishu. The plan, according to sources briefed, is for the agents and officers to oversee a 30-day surge in operations in the Twin Cities area. And again, this makes the region really the first major target of this administration's expanded immigration crackdown in the new year. Now, the Department of Homeland Security on Monday said a Hilton hotel canceled reservations for ICE agents in Minneapolis, where these roughly 2,000 federal agents are deploying amid allegations of fraud, including against members of the Somali community here. And after ICE agents booked rooms using official government emails and rates, the agency says Hilton canceled their reservations, and they posted screenshots of emails on X from hotel operators writing that they noticed an influx of GOV or government reservations made today that have been for DHS, and that they were not allowing any ICE agents to stay at that property. Now, we reached out to Hilton, and in a statement, a spokesperson told CBS News that the brand's hotels, quote, serve as welcoming places for all, and that the hotel that canceled the reservations was independently owned and operated. We then reached out to the hotel. They told CBS News that they have moved swiftly to address this matter as it was inconsistent with their policy. They added, quote, we are in touch with the impacted guests to ensure they are accommodating.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Still going. Still going. Uncovering systematic grant diversion. My dive into community-focused funding has revealed a disturbing pattern of ghost workers and fabricated payrolls within specialized, youth investment and violence prevention programs. Yeah, these are big ones in big cities amongst the inner city folk. You heard about these? You may have seen like puff pieces on the news about these fucking things. Violence prevention programs. Yeah, they get showered with funding. And it goes to nothing. It goes to pay them to sit on their ass and do nothing. Where are we going now? Nice. I've deconstructed a massive $1.8 billion fraud ring in the Northern District of Illinois that aligns perfectly with the organized patterns observed in other jurisdictions. Oh boy, this should get interesting. Can't wait to see what it comes up with here. Still cooking though. All right, is the White House gonna like announce anything here? No. Not yet. Yeah, Congressman Doug LaMalfa dead. Well, I don't know what happened.
I want to express our tremendous sorrow at the loss of a great member, a great member, Congressman Doug LaMalfa, who passed away yesterday, as you probably have heard. And he was the leader of the Western Caucus, a fierce champion on California water issues. He was great on water. He wanted, release the water, he'd scream at him. And a true defender of American children. He was a defender of everybody. And our hearts go out to his wife, Jill, and his entire family. And I was really saddened by his passing and was thinking about not even doing the speech in his honor. But then I decided that I have to do it in his honor. I'll do it in his honor because he would have wanted it that way. He would have wanted it that way. He would have said, do that speech. Are you kidding me? Do the speech, big guy. But he was a fantastic person. Man, that was a quick one. I don't know.
The news never reported the words walk or march peacefully and patriotically to the Capitol. Never reported it, he says. Yep, they didn't.
You know, at some point they
should
say, you know, you did a great job. Thank you. Congratulations. Wouldn't it be good? I would say that if they did a good job. Their philosophies are so different. But if they did a good job, I'd be happy for the country. They've been after this guy for years and years and years. And, you know, he's a violent guy. He gets up there and he tries to imitate my dance a little bit. But he's a violent guy. And he's killed millions of people. He's tortured. They have a torture chamber in the middle of Caracas that they're closing up. But he's tortured people. And now what they do, the radical left, they actually have people, and it's hard to get them. They're all paid people. Most of these people are paid. You know they're paid when they have brand new, beautiful printed signs by like the highest quality printer. And you have a woman Free Maduro. And the sign is before we even did the attack. You know, free Maduro. Why do you want him freed? I don't know, but he should be free. Oh, she reads the sign. What does that say? It says free. Well, that's what I believe.
All right. Talking voter ID too.
You ought to have voter ID. You ought to insist on it. You ought to insist on it.
I think our report's done, by the way. Check that out in a second.
Can you imagine? In California, they not only don't have voter ID, but if an official at the voting booths, which they don't have, by the way, because it's all mail, if an official, a voting official, even asks somebody for voter ID, sir, would like to see your identification. Do you come from our country? They put him in jail for tampering with the election. Okay? We got to straighten this out before it gets too crazy. California is more corrupt than any place. California is more corrupt than Minnesota. And I won Minnesota. Well, Tom's going, I think so. Well, it's close. It can't be proportionately, probably nothing's more corrupt, right? Yeah, right. He says you got to win. I'll tell you what, I did great there 3 times. I was surprised 3 times. Those elections are corrupt. They got you 1 time, too. But I heard a long time ago, but they got you. But they got to straighten those out. But we have to have voter ID. And you know, when you confront a Democrat about voter ID, like in a debate or something, I said it a couple of times with Biden, and it's just one, they're very embarrassed when they say, we want voter ID, voter identification. The only reason somebody doesn't want that is because they want to cheat. Our elections are crooked as hell. And you can not only win elections over that, and not only win future elections, but you'll win every debate because the public is really angry about it. And you ought to pass the SAFE Act, or whatever you're going to call it. Are we going to SAVE Act or the Save America Act? I think we're going to change the name a little bit. You're going to put that up for a vote? I think everybody in this room certainly should do it. And it's a bad vote for them because they're voting against things like voter ID and other things that are almost equal to voter ID. But when somebody says, no, we don't want voter ID, that means they're crooked. And the public understands it. You win elections with that. But I think it would be really important, Save America Act, if you would put that up for a vote. It's got my total endorsement. And all it is common sense things about the election. And they'll fight it like crazy because they cheat. That's the only way they can win.
All right. On his imitation of trans athletes, we saw, just started at the show with that, hilarious. My wife hates when I do this. It's so great.
Put in charge Vice President J.D. Vance, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Secretary of War Pete Hegseth, and the White House Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller, adding that the U.S. is looking to help to pay for U.S. oil companies to rebuild Venezuela's energy infrastructure, a project the president says could take less than 18 months, very fast. The administration believes that Venezuela's oil is key here. Put in charge Vice President J.D. Vance, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Secretary
Okay, well, we're down to like 15 minutes here, I think so. Zoran is cornered and forced to admit that he has no security clearance and was not briefed on the arrest of Maduro. He just saw it on the news.
Clearance yet, and has anyone
clearly very, very offended.
From a federal agency
look at him. Just look at this look on his face.
Reach out to you or members of your team to begin the vetting to get federal security clearance.
That briefing, yes, was conducted by my team, and the question of federal security clearance is one that's ongoing.
So, do you have it right now?
No, not as yet.
Dirtbag. GOP rep Jim Barrett hospitalized after a car accident. Yikes. Oh.
The ground. They say they see these daycare centers, adult daycare centers, autism centers,
DHS in Minneapolis.
home health care centers all over the place. So that's why DHS has to be here, Dana, to knock on these doors and say, you've received this much money. What'd you do with it? So we'll keep an eye on it.
Okay, glad you're there. Thank you, Alexis.
So Liz Collins.
The ground.
Christy Noem in Minneapolis too, huh? I guess that's all we get to see. Just a bunch of cars. All right. Let's check out our report here. Should be done. Yep. All right. Wow. Quite a long one. Oh, man. Okay. Give me the conclusion. Illinois is currently the host of a sophisticated, decentralized, and multi-billion-dollar fraud ecosystem. Shares DNA with Minnesota's Feeding Our Future scandal, specifically in the use of shell companies, phantom beneficiaries, and overseas laundering. But the Illinois variant is more advanced. What? Okay. Goes over some specific cases. Oh, there's the Wallace again. Look at that. NEMTs, yep. Non-emergency medical transportation. It's definitely getting into the good stuff, yeah. There's a lot of stuff I've been finding too. The ghost child crisis in Illinois child care. Oh, this is interesting. Dubbed Operation Gold Rush by the Department of Justice. Let's look that one up in a second. This investigation uncovered a scheme involving $2 billion in fraudulent claims filed in the Northern District of Illinois alone. What? Wow. Whoa. What the fuck? It's real. Yep. Operation Gold Rush was a massive nationwide U.S. Department of Justice healthcare fraud takedown announced in June 2025 that involved charges against 324 defendants across the country, including individuals in the Northern District of Illinois. The operation targeted sophisticated, often transnational criminal networks that allegedly submitted over $14.6 billion in fraudulent claims to Medicare, Medicaid, and private insurers, making it the largest healthcare fraud case by loss amount ever charged by the department. Whoa. Used AI to create fake audio recordings of beneficiaries purportedly consenting to receiving medical equipment. Wow. That's nuts. DMEs. Yep, that's another big one. Durable medical equipment, DME. Use the stolen info to submit approximately $703 million in fraudulent claims for durable medical equipment and other services, resulting in over $418 million in payments. Is it any wonder we can't afford a damn thing anymore? So here's a great example. Wow. Let me see if they mentioned PPP in here. Oh yeah, this doesn't even get into any of the PPP fraud. But honestly, the PPP fraud is a drop in the bucket compared to Medicaid. I can tell you that now. Medicaid is so much bigger. So much bigger because it's been going on for, well, decades. Yep. So anyway, try doing this in your own area. I'm telling you, you're gonna stumble across shit that just shocks you. Literally like a stone's throw away from you. Stuff for you to go check out, look into. I know I mentioned it the other day, but I know we've all seen this. Like our healthcare industry has been completely subsumed by foreigners. And unfortunately, all too many of them are doing exactly this, all this shit. Is it any wonder you can't afford to care for yourself anymore? None of us can. When it comes to healthcare or just about any damn thing else, like, okay. Here we are. All right, let's keep moving. Murderers have no home in Minneapolis.
Hey, we got you.
Top Cat in YouTube chats has been a nurse for 29 years. That's right. Doctors are in on it too, 100%. So that's another part of this is the like, yeah, I mean, it goes all the way up to the top, as you say, with the doctors. They're like these rings of foreigners run diploma mills too. They run like medical diploma mills. They will help their people pass the necessary exams. In some places, I'll bet you they're even starting to let people who just haven't had any education here of any kind, were educated overseas, quote unquote, overseas diploma, just come here and start practicing. I wouldn't be too shocked if that is happening or they were in the process of doing. Would not be shocked at all to find that out. But yeah, they bring all their people over, just sling nursing and MD degrees at everyone they can, and they've like completely filled our industry up and taken over every aspect of it, every aspect of the healthcare industry from top to bottom, from the doctors, hospital management, nurses, all the way down to the vendors, all the providers and all these home care providers that are billing Medicaid. All of it from top to bottom has been completely infiltrated by rings of foreign fraudsters and domestic too, by the way. It's not even strictly a foreign thing. You see plenty of natives profiting from this shit too, usually mixed right in with the foreigners. You'll see all too often, I have to say, at least in this area, black, a lot of black people. Of course, that could just be because it's DC and Maryland, just generally full of black people to begin with. May differ in your area. It's gotten so out of hand, man. Explains so much. Let me see if we got any more on fraud here. Mostly J6 stuff from here on out. Oh God, they trucked Pam Hemphill out. An idiot. Oh jeez. All right, well, let's see. Polling on the Maduro stuff.
Because they simply put, don't like Nicolas Maduro. And in fact,
Oh, come on.
Because they simply put, don't like Nicolas Maduro. And in fact, they believe that he should be on trial for drug trafficking. Look at this. 50% of Americans favor compared to just 14% who oppose. So there are very few Americans here who oppose it. Even among Democrats, the opposition number is below, get this, just 24%, is below 25%.
Wow.
So this is something that unites Republicans. It divides Democrats. And at this particular point, support for the operation way up. And in terms of those who favor the drug trafficking trial for Maduro, that is a clear plurality.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Wow. Harmy Dillon puts anti-white Mamdani administration on notice. DOJ is watching for any discrimination. Oh, they'll try. Believe me. Viral post highlighting biometric surveillance at a Wegmans grocery store in New York City, sparking renewed privacy concerns. What the heck?
So some places do need your permission. New York City is one of them, but more weirdness out of New York. There are only about 4 other states in the country that require companies like this to let you know that they're collecting your biometric data.
Oh, creepy.
And that means you're going to be walking into stores without any protection. You won't be have any idea whether your face, your eyes, or possibly even your voice is being collected as you simply go grocery shopping. It's a new trend for loss protection and to really understand how we're shopping in the stores. They're going to use all kinds of ways to justify their Big Brother activity.
Wow.
But privacy experts here warning this really shouldn't be normalized for the kind of
no, it shouldn't.
Surveillance that it's doing. And the biggest question is, what happens to that data? Who's got it? Who owns that? Who's storing it? How do we know that's safe? Of course it's not safe. These companies lose data constantly.
Yeah, and even if it was, I mean, for how long?
So if you're in Texas,
Till they sell it to the highest bidder. Oh shit, what was I going to pull up here? Oh yeah. Look at this. Let's see if I can find the post. This just happened, I think, recently. Look at this. These are all diplomas. Diplomas and certificates for all kinds of shit. You name it, it's probably here. Fake diplomas and certificates. There's from some university or other. Andhra University. Yep, India just made a big bust on this. Isn't that crazy? They show us any more here? No. All right. Okay. Spectator interrupts January 6th hearing. I was a January 6th defendant, and if I could respectfully ask, why is this committee only closed for Democrats?
My name is Adam Villarreal. I was a January 6th defendant, and if I could respectfully ask, why is this committee only closed to Democrats? Why
I'm glad you asked.
He asked, "Why is this committee closed or open only for Democrats?"
Because no Republicans participated.
What kind of answer even is that? What? But they didn't participate because you didn't let them.
You're not part of the thing.
You're not part of the thing. You just shut your mouth.
As a spectator. Thank you very much.
Idiots. All right. Former Capitol Police Officer Winston Pingen, no idea, who was assaulted, punched, and pepper sprayed on January 6th.
Thank you all for the opportunity to testify and be here today.
What happened that day is wrong. Pardoning criminals who severely beat me and my officers that day is completely unacceptable.
I was just a kid who had a dream of becoming a police officer and was lucky enough that it came true here with the Capitol Police.
Oh, don't cry. Don't cry or anything. Oh, here's Pam.
My name is
Pam Hemphill, this wacko.
Pam Hemphill. I'm a mother and a grandmother and a cancer survivor.
And Donald Trump manipulated me.
And a retired addiction counselor. I am also a convicted criminal for what I did on January the 6th, 2021.
This is such a clown show. All right. See here. We are about at the top of the hour. Yeah. And Sunny is in, so I suppose I'll leave you all there. We tried to get through it all, but we didn't. That's okay. How you doing?
Hi, Steph
Hello.
is link slinger extraordinaire today.
She is
Every
always.
day.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yep. All right. Well, let me pop my share off here in a second. I'll let you get to it.
All right.
There we are.
Okay, thank you. Hey, everybody. So I'm having quite a day. I probably won't interact with chat